is a Bramble Jam podcast.
What time is it?
Hey.
It's summertime.
What time is it?
Summertime.
Summer. It's decondescendence time is what
It is
Graham.
decondescendence time. It is summer, so that's exciting, and it is time for a High School Musical 2.
I mean, like, technically it's not.
Oh my God, we're not doing this. We're not doing this summer solstice bit. I mean, it's close. When we air this is the 20th.
That's true.
Isn't that the solstice?
When's solstice?
That was my heart.
May I think it is the 21st. We're so close.
Guys,
So,
all right,
20th.
Oh,
Today is the summer solstice.
We couldn't have timed it better.
You can't make that up.
We did it.
Can't make it up.
Summer.
We
Can I tell you
planned
something
that.
else? Yeah, we did. Can I tell you something else we can't make up?
What's that?
Is that we still are stuck at 170 reviews, but we have a new one. So I don't really know how that works.
Jolly iTunes is screwing us.
Something.
This
So
is
what
messed
I
up.
think happened is we reached 300.
And I don't think so. Maybe somebody took their review back, always a possibility, and then somebody added one, and we netted out at 170. But Sarah 100116.
We
Good
love her.
one.
We love Sarah.
That's right.
Such an
maybe
amazing
that's
person.
10/01/16. Maybe it's October 1st, 16. Maybe that's what that is.
An
I don't
amazing
know.
person.
Yeah.
We know that for certain.
Love the podcast. I watched all the DComs growing up, so I love hearing the reviews. Motocross was one of my favorites, but I also like Rip Girls. Let's get to 300 to keep this podcast going. Also, I've tried to comment multiple times on Spotify, and it never goes through. Shrug emoji. So, there you
What's
go.
interesting is this person who, God bless you, you're doing great work,
Doing great work.
can't get the comments to go through on Spotify and can't get her reviews on Apple Podcasts to count.
It's
So
unbelievable.
this is tough.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Sarah 100116 is just a lot going on there, man.
I don't know what type of sorcery that they're doing there, but anyway, we're talking High School Musical 2 today. The Deuce. What a movie! What a time!
What a film.
What a film!
Oh, I gotta rank this.
What did I
Good
say?
gosh.
17.2 million viewers of this one. So
Huge.
up 17 million people from Johnny Capahala back on board. So good for them. I'm excited to dive into this, but I'm also really excited about whatever the heck is in front of me for the delish today.
Is that what we start with? Delish?
We do start with the delish. That's the D.
Okay.
And
So
the
it's
condescendence. What is this? We got some sort of chocolate cake with
Yes.
powdered sugar.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this one because it's the prettiest.
Sure.
So I made a chocolate lava cake for today.
Does it make you sad thinking that might be some people that
might
just
be.
There are already.
that might just be listeners to the show and they don't care about this segment?
Oh, that's so wrong.
Well, that's sad.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, the main inspiration for this was it was the volcano from the Huma Huma number that I hate.
From that really offensive number
For
that
the
got
really
added
offensive-
after the original
yeah,
airing.
Yeah,
You hate that song.
So, yeah, you don't know any of the words. No
They
way.
stick in my head, and it's a catchy tune, and I don't know what to do about it. But it's my least favorite number. But I kept thinking about the volcano, and then the resort that they're at is Lava Springs.
Yeah.
And I also just enjoy eating a lava cake. So here we go.
So how do you? I've seen what these before. I know that they exist.
Yeah.
How do you make it?
So there's a couple different methods. I made one before previously. I made a bigger one. And so for that one, you bake the cake and then you like under bake it by a couple minutes. The inside is a little more gooey. And then you like poke holes in the top and you let the goo like fill in. For this one, I just under baked them a few minutes. The inside was still
My kids
gooey.
live for a Domino's lava cake, which is not high on my list, but they're big. They're big on it. They really should hang out with Brand more. Oh, it's not lava at all, but it looks the prettiest. No, I'm just going to have a bite. Just one bite.
It was great work. It was great work.
No.
So you could, in theory, like inject it with something, or just underbake it. Save yourself an injector. I don't know,
Do
man.
you think they're one-use injectors?
They're one-use injectors. Once you do, you gotta discard it. That's
Do you
what
think
those
they're-
things, Dan, in the public bathrooms where they have those discard for. You thought those were needles, it's actually just injectors. You gotta find a public restroom.
Those injectors are going extinct.
Yes.
Save the injectors. Save an injector.
Save a cowboy. Let's take a break. We'll come back.
Will we?
Yeah, we
I
will.
don't think we're coming back from that.
We are, because we're talking High School Musical 2 today. That's all we have to do today, everybody. Come on back. We'll be right back here on Decom Descendants. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're talking High School Musical The Deuce today. Big episode, big movie, big fun. This movie premiered on the Disney Channel on August 17th. Very interesting.
3 days before one Aaron Shay's birthday.
It was like a birthday present.
Some folks may have already been back at school.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting time for the summer.
Yes.
Like
2 months after the equinox.
this would have been a funny time to be watching. Like down here in the South, you're already back in school, and you're like,
remember that? Remember when we got to do that?
Summer.
Hey, did this break any records, Bran?
All the records.
Yeah.
All of the records. It's massive. 8 p.m. Eastern for those of you at home, which apparently included a telecast hosted by Kenny Ortega and the movie's cast. So they would do little fun interstitials. They would call that High School Musical 2 Wildcat Chat. So that's fun.
Why Wildcat?
I don't know. It's really weird. They pushed this movie so hard. And it worked out for them.
And
17.
You were 16, Bran, and Aaron, you were 18. Is it 08?
07.
15 and 17.
At the time this aired, I was 16.
Turning 17 in 3 days. That's right.
This was one.
Was I still pumped?
You guys could both drive and have better things to do on a Friday night.
I couldn't drive.
Well, I couldn't drive either. The gray house was 17.
17?
So you're 17.
Why couldn't you drive?
I hadn't taken driver's ed yet.
Got you.
I guess I had my permit.
I was 25 and married.
I didn't get my license until I was well into 17.
You were 25 and married, and you still sought this out to watch it.
I was 25 and married and broke in St. Louis, Missouri with literally maxed out credit cards and nowhere to go.
But you were still paying for the Disney Channel. That's so...
Yeah, right. We had such a big shindig. That's why we maxed out our credit cards.
Credit card, you got it. It did smash the record of viewers by 10 million people.
Oh, just 10 mil.
So it was a hit. It was a hit.
It's like every single person who watched the previous DCOM invited a friend.
Is this the peak linear TV experience, though? Like, we're not far from big numbers on live viewers starting to go down, precipitously, right? Like,
I don't know about precipitously, but yeah, for sure.
Well, of course you don't know about that, but I
couldn't know that.
By 2008, I had a DVR and was not watching much of anything live unless it was sports.
Right.
So it was coming.
Peter Barsanaki, I don't know, is back to write it. Kenny Ortega's back to direct it. The gang is back. Zac Efron, Vanessa Hudgens, Ashley Tisdale, Corbin Bleu, the gang. They're all back for a $7 million budget movie.
Holy moly. In 2008.
Yeah. So they had it. Are we ready to dive in?
Mm-hmm.
It is the last day of school before summer. And the gang is pumped because you know what? What time is it?
Summertime.
It's summertime. That's exactly right.
How do we know it's summertime?
Well, they sing a song about it.
The bell rings twice.
And
like I
what's
said
her
when
name?
you're watching it, the first bell is to say, "Hey, everyone,
Start
choreography
singing.
starts now."
Yeah,
Second bell is summer's officially started.
Second bell is head outside for outside choreography. Third bell, get off property.
Yeah, you also know it's summertime because of Miss Darvis's giant clock. She
4 separate clocks.
She brought
for you.
Big Ben in. She said, "Big Ben,
Come on in.
Come on in. It's time." Troy is still dating Gabriella, and
thank goodness.
they are both talking about the summer gig. But what we know for certain is that these two
Have not kissed yet.
but
So close so many times.
But they really like each other, and he makes it official. He wants everyone to know that she's mine, so she brands her by giving her a necklace. He brands her by giving her a necklace with the letter T on it.
That's just a cross necklace. He's just a Christian.
Yeah, that's it.
No, it's a capital T. Don't worry, it's a capital T.
It's a capital T. And she's like, is the T for Troy? Maybe. Yeah. So when Troy, first day of summer break, I don't know, he is playing ball with his buddies. His dad is drowning in shorts.
Oh my gosh.
And he is doing the
He's got
best.
shorts for days.
Yeah.
They are basically pants.
They are 6 inches past the bottom of his kneecap.
Yeah, they're huge.
He is gonna start for the Fab Five of Michigan in 1991.
Yeah, they're big.
They're ginormous.
They're ginormous. But they're all having fun, and then he gets a phone call. He picks it up, and it is from the Lava Springs Country Club saying, hey, we heard about you. Your reputation precedes you. We would like for you to come and work for us this summer, which is great news.
They're longer than that.
He was...
This was peak long shorts.
Yeah, they're longer than the longest
This
short
is the
ever.
Fab Five. He's got shorts on longer than Jalen Rose.
He does.
Oh my God.
He does. They're very long.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the distance between the end of his shorts and the top of his socks is like maybe 3 inches.
Oh, it's nothing.
Inches. You don't need a full ruler.
The aerodynamics there don't favor him. He could go parasailing.
Yeah, it's tough. It's restrictive too. It's just like your knees. Anyway, so he gets this call and he says, "This is wonderful. I need a job, but also
You know who else needs a job?
everyone else, all the rest
Everybody
of
does.
all of my friends,
And they all come work.
All dozen of my friends need
specifically Gabriella." But then one thing leads to another, and the whole gang.
What was the plan for this country club if the whole East High,
We don't
drama
get
and
into
basketball department didn't show up?
Yeah.
And show
My
out?
guess, Dan, is that either
They'd had to pay
the
people
most-
a living wage.
most likely is they didn't need all of these employees. They did it because Sharpay asked, because
Likes
Sharpay, we
a
find
boy.
out Sharpay's parents own the country club, and she requested that Fulton, who is the manager, hire Troy, do whatever it takes. And so either things got away from him, and he hired...
Things definitely got away from him.
He hired 12 people that he doesn't need to run the country club, or they fired 12 people to make room for Troy.
Well, half of them ended up, or almost all of them ended up in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people in the kitchen.
Taylor ended up as like events
And you don't-
coordinator.
you don't really see
Gabriella
anyone
ended
else
up as a
in the kitchen.
lifeguard, and Kelsey's playing piano. But
Well, the
Zeke
interesting
and
thing
Jason
about this...
and Martha are all in the kitchen. Troy and Chad are waiters. Like they were just like, yeah, kitchen.
Yeah.
We'll cook some burgers.
The interesting thing is they make it seem like this is some sort of resort. It's a country club.
Yeah.
Like, this is a place people go to hang out for the day in their neighborhood or whatever. So this is like a serious situation. Anyway.
Yeah, I just can't imagine. I mean, I guess you'd have more people there during the weekday. But do you really
No,
need that
weekends.
many? But like, well, I mean, compared to during the year, wouldn't more people be like taking actual vacations?
Well,
in the
they'd
summer?
be at the pool a lot during
I
the
don't know.
weekdays.
I just don't see how. Like, where did your full-time year-round staff go?
I don't
They
know.
left. Or they got fired.
They made
Either
room.
way, not great.
Unless they had like college kids at the University of Albuquerque who went home and
Could
then they were
be.
like, we need high schoolers.
Could be.
We got to get those labor costs down.
That's right. Sharpay does show up.
If I learned anything from this movie, it's that this resort is super close. This
Country
country
club.
club is super close to the University of Albuquerque.
The U of A, if you will. Sharpay
It's
shows
totally
up,
real college.
and it
Or was a real college. Not anymore.
It was her idea to hire Troy because she is very much into Troy, thinks that if I can get Troy to work here,
Checks notes, hire Troy at any cost.
any cost.
At any cost, and it was any cost.
That's right. But you know what? This summer is gonna be fabulous, and
How do we know that?
she sings it. And so she sees Troy show up, and she's like, "Yay, hubba hubba!" And then a full flock of Wildcats behind them come, and she's like, "Well, that's not what I had in mind." And then finally, even though she's been at the pool all day, she looks up and sees the lifeguard, and the lifeguard is Gabriella. This is worst case.
Oh, boy.
This high school girl goes to yell at this grown man manager and is like, "Hey, remember what you said? You told me to hire him no matter what." And so she says, "Okay, if you can't fire them, get them to quit, make their lives as miserable as possible. And so Fulton comes into the kitchen, scares them all, makes it seem like this is going to be the worst summer of their lives.
The rules are very strict. There are so many rules.
So many rules. And you know what? This would be enough to break anybody, to take them down. And Troy gives him a pep talk and says, guys, we can work this out.
You can do this. Get your head in the game.
We can work this out.
And how do you know that?
They sing a song.
Sing a song.
They
Pots
sing
and pans, stomping around.
It's a whole thing.
Love it so
It's
much.
wonderful.
It's really
You're
inspirational.
worried about a lack of songs in this one. Don't you
Don't
worry
be.
anymore.
Don't be.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs.
And they all, for the most part, make sense in musical form,
That's right.
unlike Bop to the Top.
Bop, 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 bop to the top. Where is that song and why is it?
I'm still waiting for someone to tell me the plot of the Twinkletown musical.
Impossible.
You wouldn't get it.
Impossible. So,
No, I wouldn't. Someone will someday, like some writer will be like, well, this is what I was envisioning. And I'll be like,
that's right.
no.
No, you weren't. You made
Minnie
that
and
up.
Arnold were going to do what? Nothing.
You made that up after the fact. I'm not having it. But you know what? No amount of rules or serious lectures from Fulton can take Troy and Gabriella down. This is their summer. They're having dates on the golf course. They're having a great time. They
Fired up over there.
I know.
God bless you, sir.
And that was a loud noise that would have scared Zac
You're watching
Efron.
this.
Zac Efron would have
You
been
got like a
terrified.
triple fist pump
Yes.
first.
And they find out that there is a
That's how excited he gets for the first golf course scene. What
Oh,
about the
man.
last golf course
Not
scene?
even gonna contain him.
impossible. They find out that there
a cold.
is a talent show at the end of the summer. Troy's not so sure about this.
Brand's fault you're not feeling well?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I always blame Brain.
Yeah, that's fair.
But Troy doesn't know if he knows he can.
He
sing.
can.
Yeah, it's
But
just
he's
not
not
his
his
thing. It's not his
thing.
thing.
You
Basketball
gotta
is
have
his
one
thing.
thing in high school.
He's
It's
freaky
not
basketball boy.
singing.
He's freaky
Freaky basketball boy, FBB.
Gabriella is like, listen, Troy, you always make me want to sing. It's almost like you are the music in me.
How do we know that?
They sing a song about it. And so they decide that they are going to sign up. And everybody's going to sign up too, because the Wildcats hear them singing because they're
singing in the
it
middle
right
of
next
the
to the
country
kitchen.
club.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what one Wildcat does, all the Wildcats must do. So
That's right. So Sharpay, who was hoping that Troy would sing with her in the talent show, arranges for him to be her father's caddy, to eat dinner with the family, forcing him to be late for dates with Gabriella. And Gabriella's more than understanding. She gets it. It's the job.
She
What
is
can you
above
do?
and beyond.
Yeah, she really is.
Understanding.
And at first, Troy is feeling uncomfortable about this. Like, I was supposed to be working with my friends this summer, and now I'm out here doing this thing.
I'm eating dinner and my friends are serving me, and
That's
it's super uncomfortable.
But his dad, shorts and all, reminds him, like, listen,
So
there's
much shorts.
you could
You're
this
not going
could
to be a
good.
Wildcat forever.
You're not going to be a Wildcat forever, and they have connections with the U of A scholarships. We can't afford college, and we need to be upfront about that. We have a massive house, but we can't afford
Hilarious
college.
problem in 2007 when
could
college
we-
was downright affordable. State college? Get out of here.
Could we put this mini mansion with 17 bedrooms, a full basketball court, a space for a DJ, a pool, a trampoline, and a treehouse? Could we put it up for sale and maybe
Also, you better do it before that subprime mortgage hits, though. You know what I mean? Because that's 08. That's coming.
No, we can't do that. We must maintain our lifestyle, and therefore
We have
college
to.
is out.
This house, these pants,
Also,
these
this,
shorts.
this beat up truck that maybe ran in 1953, it's yours.
That's right. Definitely not going to come back next movie. Anyway, his friends, and I can't stress this enough. Please leave a review. Help us get to 300 so we can watch High School Musical 3, please.
Please.
Don't do
And
it.
the
This
Lizzie
is a
McGuire
McGuire
movie.
movie.
Ciao,
Obviously.
Lizzie.
Ciao. So his friends start to feel like he's changing. You know, at first
Yeah.
he's like kind of putting up a fight, and then he's, you know, sending Chad back to put the cheese on his burger.
But also, it kicks up a notch when Sharpay's dad turns out to be on the board of
The U of A.
and
right.
starts getting the basketball players to come over and rope him into playing in the arena.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And at
they
first,
get him his own jacket.
yeah. At first, Gabriella is standing up for him, but then, you know, finally she ends up telling Troy that, you know, I feel like you're starting to throw your friends under the bus and you're losing yourself. And he's like,
Well,
I'm
he keeps
still-
making these promises.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and she doesn't necessarily like turn right away, but she's like, hey, you keep promising all these things, and just know that promise is a big word, and your friends take it seriously.
That's
And he's
right.
like, yeah, I got it. And she's like, okay, so here's all the things you've promised to do today. And he's like, oh, actually.
Don't forget.
The thing is,
And
staff
she was
baseball
like, you
game.
forgot. And he's like, I didn't forget. I just forgot it was today.
yeah, staff baseball game. I'll
Staff
be there.
Baseball game.
It's an important game with real baseball happening.
That's right. He does not show up, but Ryan does. Ryan ends up showing up, and he ends up, get this, he ends up getting Chad to dance.
But Chad
despite
doesn't
the
dance, and
fact
I know that.
He doesn't dance at all.
He doesn't. He never has. He didn't
I've
dance in the
never
first
seen Chad
movie.
dance.
He didn't dance
doesn't
earlier in this movie.
He does not
He
dance.
doesn't dance. He sportses.
You guys
That's what he
wanna-
does.
You guys want to know how we know that?
How?
They sing a song.
They
about it.
sing a song.
So
That's on me. I should have asked.
I will stand by. That's the most embarrassing song of this movie.
How dare you?
It's the most embarrassing song of this movie.
worse than
Easily.
Shuki Chuki Happy Gappy?
Oh no! Wait a minute. I'm counting the ones that originally showed. That whatever that island thing is belongs in hell, burning slowly.
Huma huma nupa nupa apawa'a.
You got it.
Okay.
Of
The
the
state,
songs,
the state fish of Hawaii.
of the songs sung by two pasty paper plate white people, the song on the baseball field is the most embarrassing song of this movie, aside from that one. Period.
Nope. I saw that and I said, wow, it makes total sense that now one of the greatest loves of my life is the Savannah Bananas and the Party Animals and just musical theater
Great.
baseball. I
Corbin
said,
Blue singing "He Doesn't Dance" made me want to throw something at the TV.
While
the
dancing.
first time I watched it, it made me want to throw something to the TV, and I had all those feelings again. You can't do this song where a
can't.
guy's been dancing for 2 hours of film and then singing a song while dancing, saying "I don't dance."
it's the magic of a musical. You can do
It's
whatever
the
you
magic of
It is the
bad
magic of the
musicals.
musical. It's the magic of the
You're a
musical.
bad
Yeah,
musical.
you nailed it. You nailed
So
it.
while Ryan is beginning to feel included by the
I
Wildcats,
missed the "You're stupid" earlier. I'm just trying to catch up.
That's nice.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
While Ryan is starting to feel included by the Wildcats, he is beginning to feel rejected by his sister, who is all in on getting Troy. Troy is not going to sing with
Yeah,
with
they
her.
always sing in the Star Dazzle.
That's right.
Together.
They've won
and
all the
she's-
trophies.
And she's just like, you know what? Ditching you for Troy, no big deal. Like your feelings don't matter.
Yeah.
That's right. So he decides, I'm just going to put something together with the Wildcats. We're going to do our thing, and it's going to be
Yeah,
wonderful.
we had some fun on the field. I proved
They
Chad can
bonded.
dance. So
They bonded
we're
over
gonna-
dancing or
we're gonna
not
dance.
dancing. Yeah.
That's right.
And I guess we talked about this while we were watching it. And listeners, I'd love to hear, you could leave a rating and review and let us know.
Please.
After they graduate high school, do you think Sharpay and Ryan ever spoke again?
There's no way.
Like,
They're
do you
enemies.
think,
I mean,
like, Ryan goes off to Juilliard, she stays in Albuquerque.
in the first therapy session that he has, when that therapist cracks open
Yeah.
that sister Pandora's box, he's done.
So tell me about your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what's about to happen. Yeah.
It's going to be a full hour, and he's going to be, like, in kindergarten, and
Yeah.
she's going to be like, oh, we're going to need more time.
It's like Wheeze crying. Yeah.
So,
Or he's just, like, not going to understand it was a problem. Be like, yeah, like, in my school photo, she's front and center? Weird. Yeah, and then I just feel like he'll just be like, you know what? I don't need this.
Yeah. And they're
You're the one
twins,
that
too.
you're the one that needed me this whole time. Like, I don't need you.
so
So that's just how I feel about
that's
them.
right. Sharpay ends up basically forcing Kelsey to give her the Music and Me song so
Yeah.
that she can sing it with Troy, and
So
they
that
have
maybe
to
Troy will
rehearse it.
realize that Gabriella is not the music. Sharpay is the music.
That's right. That maybe it's what can you do?
But all she ends up doing is scaring Troy.
Yes.
He doesn't like loud noises.
And she finds out.
Guys, I've seen this
he doesn't
movie-
like loud noises.
He doesn't like loud
I've seen
noises.
this movie less than High School Musical 1, but I've still seen this movie a lot. I've never really noticed how every time there is a loud noise, Zac Efron flinches.
A loud, unexpected noise
Like
from
in-
the first bell.
Which is literally like going all the way around the bases to bad acting. So you know that there's a loud noise coming. You
Mm-hmm.
know everyone's going to be in on acting like it's normal and excited,
But
and
he-
you've decided
he
to
is
flinch.
terrified. Yeah.
It's a
just scared.
choice.
He's just
It's
scared.
a choice. And
So Zach,
then
if you're listening to this program,
Yeah.
if you could just call us, let us know.
That's right.
You good? Second,
good.
why?
Yes.
And then Sharpay gets mad at Ryan when she finds out that he's working with the Wildcats.
Yes.
So that's a whole thing. So she goes to Fulton.
I ditched you.
Yeah.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Ditch me once I already ditched you.
I know you don't have anything to sing anymore, but how dare you?
Yeah.
Find something else to
First
say.
of all, how dare you? So she goes and she tells Fulton, whatever you do, make sure that the staff can't perform. And
Right.
he's like, oh my gosh.
And he's like, that's going to hurt your brother. And she's like, do it.
do it. So
And
he
then
puts out a
Fulton
memo.
opened his desk drawer, took out the
Yeah.
whiskey.
Did a couple rails of coke.
Yeah.
He did that long drag on the cigarette.
Whatever.
that
Listen.
Matthew McConaughey meme in True Detective.
Yeah.
He's like Ben Affleck with the Duncan outside. Like that's who he is.
Whatever I
He
need
opens
to
that
do.
desk drawer. There is a half-lit cigarette in the ashtray next to the whiskey, and he's just like, "All right,
Whatever I need to do to get through this. Whatever.
Fulton, buddy. Also want to know, you good?"
You good, Fulton? So he sends out a memo saying that the entire wait staff, kitchen staff, everybody, they have to work during the talent show. So that's unfortunate.
What do you
We
think's
hate-
gonna like allow Troy to have a change of heart?
Well, thank you for
does
asking.
Troy still get to perform? Because I mean, he's
He
an
does.
employee, but
Yeah.
he's singing with Sharpay. So like, that's a
What's the
that's a
rule
tricky
there?
situation.
Who cares? Gabriella.
I think Troy cares.
I think so.
Got
Yes.
it.
Gabriella finds all this out. She goes and she tells off Sharpay, and then she goes and she tells Troy that she's not sticking around the rust of the summer to find out what happens.
How do we know
Now,
that?
was her
She
shit?
has to go her own way, okay?
And how do we know that?
Because they just sing about it.
Okay. Now was her shift done for the day anyway? Sure.
Yeah.
But
But
she
it was-
she took her
it's-
tea necklace off, so we know
That's how you
she's
know it's
probably not
serious.
coming back.
It's the principle. So Troy is now really
Bummed.
going through it. He goes outside, he shoots shots, he misses all of them, and that is how you know that he's really going through it. And he doesn't know how to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
And he just needs to think a bit, and he decides, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bet on it. I'm gonna bet on me.
How do you know that?
Well, he sings about it.
Yeah.
And he tells Sharpay that he isn't going to sing with her. And he's
And
going to
she's
go
like,
back to
"What do
work in
you-
the kitchen.
and he's
What
in
do
a
you-
Wildcat shirt now. You
Yeah,
didn't know
that's
that.
right. Yeah.
He's back repping the gear.
That's right.
And she's just like, no, but you get a special exemption. He's like, no.
Nah, B.
Once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat.
That's exactly
Except
right.
my dad said, not always a Wildcat, but
We'll
like,
get there.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
Yeah.
tricky. It's tricky business.
When it matters, always a
always a Wildcat.
He goes back into the kitchen and he makes up with Chad, and I will allow Aaron to reenact the scene so that we can really feel like we were there. And go.
Hey, Kelsey told us what happened between you and what went down between you and Sharpay. I'm more interested in what went down between you and me, man.
That's right.
You did. It was better delivery.
I know.
And
better.
see,
I started laughing mid delivery because I
Dude,
couldn't.
big
which,
hug.
by the way, I'm pretty sure he ADR's the man. Like,
Yeah.
if you look at
Yeah,
it, it's
doesn't-
like,
the man part of that line is like the whole line doesn't make sense because the man at the end, like it doesn't
quite
fit.
It doesn't quite fit.
But that scene just like I'm more interested in what went down between you and me, man.
It's perfect.
Brothers fight sometimes.
They
We're
fight.
still brothers.
Well, the boys are back.
Boys are back.
And we
How
would
do we know
love
that?
to talk about that, but we can't.
No, sure can't. Nothing we can do about it. Hands are tied.
Well, I think we're going to launch a new podcast is where this man is gone
Fair.
and we bring in children every week to watch the beautiful movies with us and just share their childlike wonder.
I love it. It's all rise.
It's called The Boys Are Back. And so that happens. They make up. Ryan tells him, like, hey, I kind of feel bad.
Yeah,
my
I don't-
my sister is one thing, right?
I don't think I
We
want
should
to.
probably let her sing, right?
Yeah. She actually, do make her sing. That is her bit. She wants
Yeah.
to be singing. So no, I think you should still sing with her.
Yeah,
I think we're all cool with that, right?
that's
checks.
right. And so he goes, he talks to her, and he's like, just to be clear, I'm only doing this for the Wildcats. And she's like, I wish you were doing it for me.
And he's
They
like,
have a whole thing.
Great.
Yeah.
Right?
And then they're like, Kelsey's like, there's a new song.
That's right.
Yeah.
When he gets back to the team,
So while he's off telling Sharpay, I'm going to sing with you,
they hatch a plan.
word spreads through the Wildcats. Oh, our number is back on.
That's right.
So he gets back and he's like, all right, I talked to Sharpay. We're doing this. And Ryan's like, oh, by the way,
There's
she
a
wants
new
you to
song.
learn a new song.
It's a
and
new
he's
song.
like, Of course she does.
Yeah. So she goes and he goes and he learns this new song
With Kelsey.
and they're just about to go on stage, and he shows up and he's like, Sharpay, why did you make me learn this new song?
She's like, I didn't learn a new song.
And
then
Ryan's like, my bad.
exactly.
You're not singing.
You're not singing
I
after
tricked
all.
everybody into being nice to you, so I
I
could be
pretended
mean to
like I
you.
didn't want to screw you over, and
right.
boom, it worked.
That's right. So he goes on stage and he sings a song about how every day he's going to be in love or
Of our
whatever.
lives.
Yeah. It's a whole thing. And Gabriella shows back up. She comes and
He's
joins
up there
him
on the
stage.
stage. They have full wind machine.
When she starts singing, he is scared because, again, sudden noise.
But then he can't. He's looking all around. He's like, I hear her, but she's not around. Like it's
a whole thing.
And then the crowd parts. There she is. She's got her T necklace back somehow.
It's cinema.
We don't need to talk about it. She has
doesn't
it.
matter.
And that's the end of the movie, right? It's got to be. There's no way there's like an extra number.
They all get up on stage.
Yes.
They form a circle and hold hands.
It's a whole thing. And
course.
they invite Sharpay to join them.
Sharpay joins them, so she's learned her lesson once again
That's
that being
exactly
a Wildcat is just the way to go.
That's right.
And
and all
then
done.
And
she
it's great.
awards Ryan the Stardazzle Award.
That's exactly right. And it's great. And what better
Credits
way
roll.
what better way to end summer than by going and releasing Fire into the Sky, running through
that's
the
right. The
sprinklers,
lanterns, the fireworks.
and having You
we
Are the
see
Music
Troy
of
and
Me.
Gabriella, I think, share their first kiss.
Sure.
It's big. It's a moment. And that is not the end of the movie because we have to close it out by reminding everybody at home this is an all-for-one situation.
Yeah.
And also,
How do we know
the
that?
real
Well,
summer.
they sing a song about it.
Yeah.
The real summer starts now.
And Hannah Montana's there.
Hannah Montana's there.
And we have a pool party. I envision it as like an end of the summer staff party. We're all there. We're in the pool. We're singing. We're jumping in the water. Gabriella, I think, almost drowns.
She is solid. She could have died.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Someone check on
10
her.
out of 10.
And that is High School
Musical
Musical 2. It's amazing how
Hey.
quickly you can get through a movie when most of it's songs.
What?
Doesn't matter. We're going to be right back. We're going
Bye.
to talk a
You
little
thought
bit more
that was
about this
quick?
movie. We're only at 30 minutes, bud.
Whoa!
You're on
For
Decom
Decom
Descendants. Bop, bop, bop. Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
Yep.
Decom Descendants. It's time to share our thoughts on how this movie has aged over time, what we think about it, all that good stuff. I've got some letterbox reviews that'll help us do that. Mia Lee Vecino says the funniest subplot of this movie is how Troy is so jealous that Ryan and Gabriella are hanging out. Troy, my dude, my man. This is such a non-issue. If you had actually been a team player and gone to the staff baseball game, you would have seen him and Chad perform I Don't Dance, a song very clearly about grappling with experimenting with their sexuality. Read the lyrics, study up. They literally switch clothes at the end of the song. She is correct. Shri says 4 stars. The sexual tension and I Don't Dance. My goodness.
Hey, if that's what the song's about, I stand corrected. then. Yeah.
Best song.
But that's not what happens in 3. They don't continue that line.
Well,
right?
Well, maybe they experimented and they didn't
They're
work
just
out.
like, nah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe they
That's right.
tried and they were like,
Yeah.
you know what?
that's right.
Not for
And
us.
that's not our business.
No, it isn't.
Shri says, Kirsten says 4 stars. Kelsey is the worst dressed character in the history of film.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. Just Kelsey catching strays.
Unnecessary.
Oh my goodness.
Beck says 5 stars. Can someone make sure that Wes Anderson is still breathing after the color scheme in this movie?
That's funny.
Ellie says 4.5 stars. Troy saying I need some air to Sharpay while outside is so funny. I love this film. And Leah says 4 stars. I'm sorry, but there's absolutely no way Troy Bolton can read sheet music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are
talked about
correct.
that. We talked about that.
TakeTheTape.com. We discussed that while watching this movie, and you can listen to our thoughts while we watch it. TakeTheTape.com. All right, let's share our thoughts on it. Aaron,
Yeah.
Wildcats, get your head in the game.
Yep.
What'd you think? High School Musical 2. It's good to be back.
So this is a movie that has actually gotten better over time for
You
me.
said it.
When I first watched it, I was like, well, this is a movie I'll never watch again.
I think I would imagine 17 million people watched it. There was no way it could have met expectations in 2007. There's no way. Everybody would have been pissed. They're all older. They're all too cool for it, and they're watching it anyway. I'm sure they all were mad.
I just like the whole drama of being like, even at 16, 17 years old, I remember being like, hey, if you have a shot at a scholarship to college, like your friends are gonna support you. Like this is so dumb.
Yep.
So for me, like the whole drama of it was dumb. I was frustrated that, I mean, as someone who like had the DVD for High School Musical and was watching it like on repeat, had like a karaoke game of these songs, like this, I loved High School Musical. And then you give me this and I was like, okay, so we're just really relearning
the same thing.
All of the lessons we just went through. Sharpay had this great, arc in the first one, and then she's right back at square one. And we're just watching her learn how to be a decent human being again. Yeah, I was like, cool. This is just one of those movies where I will watch it when I'm, if there ever are more, this is the movie that I'll watch begrudgingly to be like, all right, cool. Like, I want to watch this next one, so I have to watch 2. At the time, there were only 2, so I was like, I'll never see this again. But as I've watched it as an adult, like, I still don't love the plot. I still get frustrated that Sharpay is just stringing Zeke along. Like, that poor man, shoots his shot at the end of the first one. She's all in on the creme brulee and the cookies, whatever he gives her. But then 2 months later, she's barely speaking to him. But then at the end of this movie, I've never paid attention to them because I'm always watching the 2 random lanterns floating off into the sky and like the fireworks.
Yeah.
But you see them, they come out, the whole, group comes out after the party. Or no, it's before the party.
Before the party. It's the night after, or the night after the thing.
So the whole group comes out and like Troy and Gabrielle are together and, everyone's there. And Zeke and Sharpay walk out hand in hand. They are out on the golf course. He is twirling her in his arms. And I'm just like,
does a full twirl, pickup twirl.
Pickup twirl. Like,
it's
picks
not
her
like,
up,
ring around the rosy style.
Picks
this
her
is
up in his arms. And I'm just like, where's like,
while the sprinklers sprinkle on
like
them?
It is just, where is this movie? We're just not going to get any more on Sharpay and Zeke. And I'm frustrated and I wish we would. But for me, I think the music numbers work better for me in this one. And I think it's because, in a musical, you are singing your feelings. You're singing about what's happening. And this movie kind of nails that vibe. The first one was meant to be a jukebox musical, but Disney didn't want to have to pay for the rights to music, so last minute they wrote their own songs.
Where'd you find that out?
I found that out in a book I read. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
They sing about it. Man.
So learning that came from the book, but the musical numbers in the first one don't flow like a musical would. Typically, you should be able to listen to the soundtrack of a musical and understand roughly what the plot is. If you put on High School Musical 1, anybody's guess what you're listening to. You may figure it out, and then Bop to the Top comes on, and you're back at the start. Like, I don't know what's happening.
Who's bopping? What? Where?
Suave.
Suave.
Nobody should do that number. So yeah, I think as I've gotten older, the musical part of this, I've liked, like the soundtrack, I have liked better. Plot wise, it's not my favorite High School Musical, but soundtrack wise, I like it better than the first one.
No, listen, I was always a High School Musical 2 defender. I always said that it was the best one.
That checks out.
And
that checks out hard.
The music in this movie
one
is
thing you've
so
always
good.
said is you'd rather spend every single day on the golf course, and that's what this movie gives you.
Any day on the
Every
golf
day,
course is
better than a bad day.
Listen, at the end of the day, when this movie airs, the one low point of the movie was the Gabriella song that I don't care about, but I still like it better than the Gabriella song in the first one. All of the other songs are bops, even Fabulous, which I don't love the Sharpay songs, but that song is a fun song. Unfortunately, on Disney Plus, you have to sit through the Hoppa Loppa Doppa Lupu song, and that's unfortunate because it really is as low as it gets.
Taking that out of this movie and streamlining this movie by 5 minutes would have helped it in my rankings tremendously.
Yeah.
The Huma Huma Nupa Nupa.
That's it.
Appa Wa'a.
The songs in this movie, bops.
I wish my brain would hold on to any other relevant information than knowing the name of that
There's
fish.
nothing you can do. Your hands are tied. So I have always liked High School Musical 2 better than 1. And it remains true to this day. I think this movie freaking slays, and it's awesome. Dano?
It doesn't slay. This movie is the same movie, but worse.
Wait until you see third.
And when I say worse, I want to be very clear. The $7 million budget, they have put it all on screen. The musical numbers are bigger. They are grander. To Aaron's point, they do make more sense in the context of the story. The story is the same story. A song about I don't dance. We've been dancing for 2 hours. Troy not knowing if he still wants to sing.
Yeah.
Them giving him a hard time about a scholarship opportunity. Sharpay being the literal worst person to adults and children. No one learns anything from the first one. There was something, and I ranked the first one 11. And the reason I did that is because I think there's an important historical element to High School Musical that needs to be shouted out and rewarded and talked about. And there was something pretty magical about watching that, even as someone that wasn't for me. So there was a magic about like this, like it seemed like a scruffy upstart. We're going to make a musical as a DCOM come hell or high water.
We're going to go get our head in the game.
This movie it has sequelitis, we'll do the same thing. We'll just do it bigger with more money and we'll just make the same exact movie.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I don't like that in my popcorn movies that I go to the theater to see. If I wanted to see, the same movie again, I could watch that at home.
Yeah, but the songs are better.
The songs
Unlike
are more
popcorn movies, where it's
no.
all
That
plot.
would be like saying the action's better because the effects are better because the budget was bigger.
Sometimes.
The songs are better because they spent more time working on them and they had way more money and time to piece it together. And they took that money and time and chose to make the same movie again.
Yeah.
So for me,
I
the
would
songs,
love just one movie where Sharpay's not the villain.
Yeah, I just
Just one.
like. I do not deny for a second the songs are more polished and the dances and the musical numbers are more complex. There's no argument there, but there's some silly stuff going on in this movie and not in as fun a way as I think the first one. And also the scene that we have to watch that people didn't have to watch when they watched the movie live. I think if you take that out and all of a sudden this movie's an hour 40 instead of an hour 46, it feels a lot lighter on its feet. As it sits right now, it feels just weighed down. And so sometimes it's good stuff. It's just a lot of stuff.
Well, it's just making you feel like a teenager. Teenagers, they feel weighed down by all the pressures.
I don't think that's it, Brandon.
You're missing
I don't think that's it.
what Ortega was trying to do here in
pretty
Showcase.
sure that's not it.
Well,
Yeah.
agree to disagree.
Yeah.
The way it originally aired, it didn't air with the Huma Huma song, and I don't know if it was added on at the end of the credits or something. Like you could see it eventually before it got put into the middle, and I think it works great as like an end credits. You come back,
whatever.
If you sat through all the credits, here's this stupid.
You're
silly
a super
song.
fan. You want to watch some other bonus material, whatever. Sure, absolutely.
And that's the first time, like, it was on the soundtrack, and I was like, "What's this song? Did I miss this in the movie?" And I didn't. It's just at the end of the soundtrack, and I was like, "Okay, sure." And then I remember the first time where I watched it, and it cut to that scene, and I was like, "What are we doing? What is?"
Yeah.
Ryan is a fish.
Yeah.
Ryan's a fish. He's a
she's
fish.
the pineapple
Bop into the top.
princess. Yeah, it's almost like they thought they needed a bop to the top number, and then they were like, "We actually don't."
We don't.
But then
But
the
then they
footage
decided we
exists.
do.
They were like, "I guess we do."
Our hands are tied. All right, let's make our list. Let's check it twice. Where is High School Musical 2 going to land? And if it's outside of our top 10, has anything changed in our top 10? Aaron, I'll start with you.
So this movie is going to air at 11 on my
Okay.
on my list.
Wow.
It's
really high.
Yeah.
You had High School Musical 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just so many iconic things about High School Musical 2. Like the numbers are really great. Bet on It is a classic.
We didn't even
talk about you went by it so quickly in the synopsis. I thought we were going to dive into it, and then
Bet on It's in this movie.
But it is just like an iconic thing that has been like spoofed and memed and just
It's iconically really stupid.
and we love it.
Yeah, that's fine as long as we know why we are all talking about it.
I mean,
Okay.
it's not like
It's not good.
No,
It's dumb good.
It
is a banger, though.
I mean, here is this high school boy singing about his feelings in the middle
On
of
the
a golf course.
You know what?
running and prancing.
More boys
and-
should feel the freedom to do that
Yes.
without ridicule.
You said
Yes.
it. You said it.
More boys should be able to sing about their feelings.
That's right. Bet on it. Bet. That's
so
where the
why
kids
it
got
is
it.
That's why it
where they
is
said
so
bet.
high on my list. But to put it any higher would knock Halloween Town out of my top 10, and I'm not ready for that to happen.
I'm not ready for that kind of commitment.
So it's gonna come in at 11, just ahead of Scream Team. So my top 10 has not changed. At 10, Halloween Town. 9, Get a Clue. 8, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. 7, Phantom of the Megaplex. 6, Smart House. 5, Johnny Tsunami. 4, Right on Track. 3, Cadet Kelly. 2, High School Musical. And 1, Motocrossed.
Well, I like it more.
I see where it is.
So today's a big day. Because we finally say goodbye to Phantom of the Megaplex, no longer in my top 10. And
You lost your mind.
so number 10, Full Court Miracle. Number 9, Smart House. Number 8, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. Number 7, Cadet Kelly. Number 6, Get a Clue. Number 5, High School Musical, the OG. Number 4, Motocross. Number 3, Johnny Tsunami. Number 2, High School Musical 2, a new entry. And number 1, the greatest movie of our time and any
This
time,
is the dumbest.
Brink.
Brink is an absolutely better movie than High School Musical 2.
That's what I said.
But oh my
So
goodness.
we agree. That's great. I love it when we agree.
Yeah.
It's fun when we agree.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
23, gang.
That's
23.
not bad.
23.
I'll take that.
Listen.
I'll take that's like top third.
Top
Ish.
third. It is. It's
outside?
I think we've done 69. It's exactly top third. So there you go.
How about that?
23.
I'll
Listen,
take it. I'll take it.
You can't deny the quality on screen at times in this movie. I want to be very clear. Like this
I'm more
movie,
interested in what down between you and me, man.
this movie. Well, yeah, there's also that, but this movie sets itself up to it can't be terrible by comparison.
Remember
I mean,
the time he was wearing a shirt that said "Viva la Basketball"?
I do, but and I didn't like this movie at all. But like, if you scroll down any further, like, you know, Jet Jackson, Read It and Weep, Jump In.
Yeah.
This movie, just by showing up and having big dance numbers, is an easier watch than those movies.
Good company.
So 23 for me, right behind Xenon.
What about 23 and me?
Nope, different story. You're going to want to contact them if you haven't yet. Right behind Xenon, right ahead of You Wish. 23. Top 10 hasn't changed. Halloween Town, Full Court Miracle, Scream Team, Get a Clue, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, Phantom of the Megaplex, Johnny Tsunami, Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire, Cadet Kelly, Motocross number 1.
All right. There we go.
We did it.
Good on us. We are going to be back next week. We're headed. Is it Halloween already again? Twitches 2.
Twitches 2.
Spelled T-O-O.
Yeah, Twitches as well.
As well also. So do it that way you will. Maybe that tells us something about the movie. I don't know. So it's like maybe there's somebody else in their Twitches too. Like maybe there's another. But this is how I've never seen Twitches 2.
It tells us. Maybe the title tells us something about the movie.
So I've never seen Twitches 2. Okay?
What it's going to tell me is that the Twitches are back.
Yes.
Yeah, if it was called Twitches 2, the number, it would have told us something about the movie.
Yeah, no, but the fact that it's
As
T-O-O
well.
makes me think
Also.
that there's another set of Twitches.
Double Twitches.
Like they are Twitches as well.
Yeah, I think this is a movie I saw one time when
Yeah,
it came
I've never
out.
seen it. So that's what I'm going with. I'm going with we're going to find another pair of Twitches
I have no memories of this movie.
as well also. So come on back for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Until then, maybe
May we
we're
first wish you
decom
decom all day.
Bet on it.
Decom Descendants is a Bramble Jam podcast produced in, that Greenville, South Carolina, at the Bramble Jam Podcast Network Studios by Brandon Gray. Follow us on the socials at Decom Descendants. Follow us on the web, decompodcast.com. Leave us a rating and review, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, if you want to see us have to watch and review Lizzie McGuire and all those other fun movies. To watch us watch these movies live, you can go to BrambleJamPlus.com.